Hey friends, and welcome to Tea Talk Thursday. Bet you guys said, where's that girl? 12 o'clock has come and gone. Where is she? Why isn't she here? Let me explain to you what was happening for why I could not be with you at noon. It is not that I did not want to be, but here's what was happening. So today, I was participating in an event with Visit Philly. I don't know if you guys remember, but a few weeks ago, I told you that I needed to get more involved with my city. I'm always all over the place experiencing these other cities and participating in all of the things that their tourism board is doing, but never in my own city. So today was my opportunity to do that, and I could not give it up. So much is happening in the city. I'm going to have just a whole entire series that I'm going to write up so that you guys can see. And I always get the question when people come to Philly, where can I get a cheesesteak? I'm going to make sure that you know the best place to go. And in the event that you come to Philadelphia before I have the opportunity to put out these posts for you, I want you to know that if you walk into an establishment and everyone is a tourist, leave. Leave. You want to eat where the natives eat. Remember that. That's in any city that you go to. People tell you, go here, go here. You want to eat where the natives eat because that means it's good. Because if I live in a city and I eat there often, I obviously like it. And of course, you can pay attention to the Yelp details, but everybody doesn't always want to do that. But let's get started because it's Tea Talk Thursday. I don't have any tea because I've already drank it while I was getting set up for you guys. Sorry. But anywho, hopefully you've had your favorite cup of whatever it is. It doesn't have to be tea with sugar and honey or lemon. It could be maybe you like a fancy tea. I don't know. Whatever your drink is, I hope you have it in your cup. And let's get started. So for those of you who don't know me, I'm the mouth at IG at Tamika Talks, and I am the thought leader at Life and Pumps, where I believe that women and men can find balance in that mess of life. You know what I'm saying? You know how you just figure one day you sit down and you actually just think like, I have 500 things to do. I can't get it done. The thought of that is overwhelming. I believe that we can find balance in the whole mess of it, of the busyness of life, because life is busy and there's nothing we can do. It's just always going to be busy. So you have to find some balance. But today at Tea Talks, you know what we talk about. We bring to you all of the entertainment that's happening in the news today. That's my tea. Then we do a little bit of travel. We talk about what's in the news, of course, because so much is happening. And I'm telling you, when I tell you politics is just everywhere. Like I feel like every day I wake up, it's something new. And I'm like, oh my God, I want to share this. I want to talk to everyone about this. But I generally only come to you guys and talk to you on Thursday. So I have to keep it bottled all up. So that's why I'm so excited. And I hope you are excited too. So let's talk about what's happening in the news today. We're still dealing with this whole abortion ban. I don't understand why our government is so dead set on being in our uterus. Why? Leave it alone. Leave us alone. I feel like I should start a petition. Leave the you alone. Like, I don't know. Like, it's just insane. But today, okay, so the government has decided to stop funding on fetal research. So let me tell you what the importance of that is. So what happens is, with a lot of abortions, when you get them, there's paperwork that you can sign off where you will give the fetal tissue will be normally disposed of. You can donate it to research. I think this is a great thing because research saves lives, people. If you did not know, it saves lives. If you've been following me, you know I am a huge advocate. I participate in lots of clinical trials as a breast cancer survivor because I know that research saves lives. And these clinical trials, a lot of times that I'm doing are not for me. It is for the next generation. It is for my daughter and the generations after that, because I do not want other people to deal with this horrible disease. So this fetal research is important because they were using it to test HIV treatments. Now, people are probably like, HIV, people still get that? People still get that, yes. And it is still killing people. It's not. You're not hearing about it as we used to prior to, years ago when it was first becoming really big, when that big movie came out called Philadelphia, because now it's like, oh, everybody's getting it. We've moved on. People aren't dying, but people are still dying. And the people who aren't dying are kind of staying alive because of drugs that they've discovered due to what? Let me hear you. Research. Exactly. So today, the government has decided that no more research. So basically, the Department of Health and Human Services has ended a 30-year partnership, guys. You hear me? 30 years. So it's not officially over yet. I believe when this particular contract ends, that's going to be the end of it. And basically, it is this California-based research company was testing this fetal tissue for HIV treatment. That is so huge. How do you cancel research? Like, I just don't. I don't have words for it. I really don't. And then what happens is a lot of people are citing the whole Hyde Amendment. So if you guys don't know what the Hyde Amendment is, the Hyde Amendment basically states that you cannot use federal funds for abortions. Now, that's kind of an iffy situation because basically what they're saying is if you're receiving public assistance or anything of that nature, you cannot use that money to get an abortion. I think it's a matter of personal preference. I don't know really how I feel about that. I feel like if you are a victim of rape or some other crime and the conception of a child happens, I feel like you should have options. I absolutely feel like you should have options. And if your financial situation does not allow it, I feel like maybe then there should be some funding to help you, deal with that. Because let's think about it. PTSD is huge. And so how does the woman then carry this baby for 9 months? And let's say she has a baby, and even if she gives the baby up for adoption, or she keeps the baby, like that is 9 months of reliving what happened to you. You're already reliving it because it just, you can't really you can't stop thinking about it. It happens, it's everywhere. Of course, you go to counseling and all that, but that seed, that baby is a constant reminder. And so I feel like there should be some provisions for that. Now get this. Okay, so with the Hyde Amendment, people thought that former Vice President Joe Biden said that he was in favor of repealing this because now a lot of the Democrats are saying we need to repeal this. It's not fair. It's not right. We need to allow these women, if that's the only way they can do it, to use this federal funding. Well, Biden came back and said, no, that's not what I said. I am pro-Hyde. So he believes that if you are going to get an abortion, you should have your own funds, use private funding, not federal funding. What do you think? Sound off. Let me know what your thoughts are, because I feel like at some point in our lives, we all know someone who was faced with this decision. And where would they be right now if, one, they didn't have the money? Because let's think about it. Like teenagers, a lot of them are able to get abortions from like Planned Parenthood and things of that nature because they can't go to their moms and say, hey, I need some money. It's not like they're like, I need $50. It's a large amount of money that they're asking for. And a lot of parents aren't going to be like, yeah, no, I will approve that. Go ahead. And they don't want to get it on their medical insurance if they have insurance through their parents, because of course their parents will get the bill and be like, what is this? Open up a whole nother can of worms. So places like Planned Parenthood and things of that nature are going to struggle as a result of this. All right, so it looks like Alicia is saying it would be such a stupid mistake. They have to rear that old Lifetime movie, If These Walls Could Talk. Get rid of them and there will be more deaths and back alley abortions, just a mess. Personally couldn't do that, but that's other people's choices. Oh my God. And not to mention that next. And yes, let's go forward, not backwards, people. I absolutely agree, Alicia. So, the number of women who've been putting out messages surrounding abortions and really encouraging other women in these states where the ban has already happened to come to their state and they're willing to take care of them. Because we realize that, we got to start sticking together. We got to do better because the government has plans for our uterus, which is so crazy to me. Like, outside of my body, they can't do anything with it. So I don't understand why they are so dead set on controlling it. But it's what's happening. And then when I think about the woman governor who signed that bill, it just makes me sick to my stomach. But yeah, I agree. I agree with you 100%, Alicia. And I feel like, this is when who we vote for becomes very important. And I know the Democrats are all doing whatever. And now everyone is scrambling. And of course, this whole pro-choice is a big question for who people are going to determine to vote. So because former Vice President Joe Biden basically said that he is pro-Hyde, which basically means, like I said, that he feels like you should not use federal funds for abortions. the other Dems are like, oh no, I don't feel that way. Oh no. So everyone is jumping on the bandwagon because they know that, as far as the Democrats are concerned, a lot of people are very excited that former Vice President Joe Biden has put his hat in the ring, and they are, trying to move him out, because so many people, when they start announcing, they got bumped up, and then once he came in, everybody got bumped down because it was what people were waiting for. So people are using that as an opportunity to slide in and kind of be seen and take the numbers from Joe. We'll see what happens. I don't know if it will do anything. And then they also announced today that they would be not funding any more services for migrant children. Now, yes, he wants a wall. Will he get it? I don't know. But right now, there are thousands of children who's living in these migrant centers. And I kept asking, well, what are they doing while they're there? They're there all day. They can't leave. I know they can go outside. It looks like jail. If you've seen the pictures, and when prior to, you had all of the government officials trying to go and get in, and news cameras trying to get in, and they would get pictures of the kids laying around. So it really looks like jail. It looks like all the jails that you see in the movies, all the documentaries, that's what it looks like. And so what's happening is they were giving these kids, they were teaching them how to speak English and sponsoring some other activities for them. So what I saw on the news today is they were actually playing soccer, which, from where a lot of them live, it's their native thing. It's what they do. So they're cutting all of that, all of it. So basically they're saying, I don't know what they're going to do, but they're cutting it. I don't know how I feel about that, because I feel like, how much was you really paying? And maybe that's the better question. How much money were we really putting out to teach these children English? And I feel like, why would we not want to teach them English? Because we want them to be able to communicate with us. Because right now, I'm sure that there are probably kids in these centers who need things, and maybe they are not able to communicate properly with the workers. So I just feel like it's not that big a deal. Oh my God. Come on, stop it. I'm telling you, every day is something different. These kids are already separated from their families, and I'm sure they probably look forward to whatever services they had while they were there. These children are innocent, and they're suffering just as a result of everything. Let's see what happens. I'm sure there's going to be more coming out in the news about this, because a lot of people had a lot of comments on it. So let's talk about entertainment. So I'm sure by now you guys have all seen the video of Beyonce, Jay-Z, and Nicole Karan. Nicole Karan is the wife of the Warriors owner. So yesterday at the game, they're courtside, and apparently she leaned over. This is Nicole Karan, the Warriors' wife. She leans over to say something to Jay-Z. And in this little clip, it looks like it. I don't really think it's what happened. I don't think it was what was intended. It looks like at first Beyonce is like, yeah. And then she does like this. She shades her like, okay, enough talking to my husband. It was so quick that I feel like if that is what she really meant, you would have known it, because you would have seen on her face. I don't know about you guys, but most of us cannot hide things off our face. My face tells it all. If you ask me a question and I give you this look, generally you know what I'm thinking, because that's just what it is. The face does not hide it all. So when I tell you the Beyhive has gone crazy, the wife, Nicole Karan, she has disconnected her Instagram account. Apparently she's trying to get off Twitter. She won't go on social media because they went ham shit on her, literally laying her out, telling her. And so I saw other videos today, and I kept looking at it, and I was like, well, it doesn't look like she's trying to come on to Jay-Z. And then I'm thinking to myself, well, what she want with him? Her husband is a billionaire too. What does she want for him? So I feel so bad for her. And apparently she didn't even know this was going on. When she got home from the game, she said that some friends had reached out to her and was like, are you okay? And she's like, yeah, what are you talking about? And then they explained to her what was going on. She logged onto her social media and said she was horrified. She cannot believe the threats that she was getting and just the things that people were saying. Beyhives, chill out. I'm telling you, she was not trying to get at him. And if you thought she was, she has already apologized. At this point, she'll probably never talk to Jay-Z again. Y'all leave that woman alone. So basically in an interview, she said, all I did was leaned in closer because I was asking him what he wanted to drink, because I had ordered drinks and I could not hear the tail end of what he said. So you guys have totally just trampled all over this woman over her asking him what he wanted in his drink. Please stop. Leave this woman alone. Now, what I will say is she a bad chick because she had on some nice over-the-knee gold-looking boots. I need to see a picture of her standing up front and center because I need to check out these boots and I need to know who the designer is. So if you saw this and you saw the boots and you know who the designer is, drop your girl a line because you know I'm a shoe addict. Yes, when I tell you, my God. Then in the movies, we have Shaft. So I went and saw Shaft yesterday in the Philadelphia area. We had a sneak premiere sponsored by one of the radio stations here in the city, WDAS, and it was funny. So to me, the original Shaft and even that one remake they did was very kind of dramatic. You know, it wasn't meant to be a light movie. This, what I enjoyed about it most is that it was light. Like there was a lot of laughter in it from me. I felt like T. Usher was very corny, and I don't know if he's corny in real life, and that was the intent in the movie or what, but he was very corny. He was like, it was a bit much. Sometimes I was like, dude, stop, it's too much. But I think it's a good movie to go to with your girlfriends. If you're not doing anything on a Friday or Saturday night, go check it out. Don't go in there expecting a lot because you're not going to get a lot. Let me first say that. You will not get a lot. Oops, I just lost my lighting, people. Give me a second. All right, it doesn't want to stay, so we won't worry about it. So don't go in there expecting a lot. Let me say that. So it's not an Oscar movie by any means necessary, but it's great comedy and it's light and it's something fun to do and talk about. And I think for me, I kind of needed something light behind some of the shows that I've watched and a discussion that I was actually having prior to getting to the theater. So check it out. It comes out June 14th? I want to say it is. Yes, June 14th. So check it out. And then this coming week, I'm actually going to see Late Night. I'm actually looking really forward to that because, you know, she's a comedian. So I'm expecting lots of laughter. So I'm going to be doing a girls' night. So any of my friends who are watching, if you want to join me in the King of Prussia area, head to the blog. There's a link that you can click to get some passes. And then I have some reserved seats and I'm going to invite some people to join me along with that as well. The other thing is it is Pride Month, guys. It is Pride Month. And here's what I like and what I've been noticing. So I'm very big on reading Yelp reviews and just reviews in general, like, you know, because I like to know. And while I get it, sometimes, you know, you gotta be a little leery. I generally read ones from people that I trust. And so I hope that I have become someone that you guys trust. And so when I offer you a review on something, I hope you really understand it and believe it and know that if I didn't like it, I would not tell you because that's just who I am. So what's been happening with a lot of restaurants in line of Pride Month is they have this designation on, they're like, when you look on their website, especially if you look on Yelp, you know how Yelp will list prices, is it kid friendly, things of that nature. And what they have is a category called open for all. And if it says yes, that means there's no discrimination here. You come in this place and be who you are. I'll tell you, I love that. I love that because we live in this world where too many people are trying to tell us who to be, what to be, and what to do. Let us be. So I love it. So if you're looking to go out and support some Pride Month activities, definitely support these restaurants that are letting people know we love everybody. Love always wins. Love trumps all. Love it, love it, love it. I have to get my Pride Month outfit together. I'm still working on it. I have to get this skirt from Target. I don't know if you guys saw this post that this woman did where she tagged Target and basically she told Target how she was disgusted with them, wouldn't shop there anymore because they have a section in their store. And in this section is all Pride Month things, t-shirts, skirts, jackets, bathing suits, I mean, you name it. And this year it's actually gone a little bigger than it was last year. So she was basically on there saying how she'll never shop there. And what I loved is so many people rallied and were like, oh, great, we don't have to worry about you in front of us when we're at the store. I'm heading to Target tomorrow to buy this or buy that. And so I feel like this line is getting ready to sell out. So I've got to get my skirt before it sells out because I'm looking forward to celebrating and supporting. And that's like I said, I believe people should be who they are, who you feel you are in your heart. I love you as long as you have a good heart. That is that. Okay, so normally I give you a travel tip. I don't really have one. I just came from Chicago, where the weather is crazy. So I just think that that's just Chicago at this point. People ask me about it a lot. It's a city that I really like, and I'm hoping to get back to before the summer is out. I actually want to take the kids and the family and let them kind of experience some of Chicago because they have not been there with me yet. I love that there's so much to do, but I hate that the weather is so unpredictable. So like you can look, I'm telling you, before I left, I looked at the weather and it told me that on Tuesday it was going to be 80 degrees. And on Wednesday, it was going to be 75 and the chance of a thunderstorm like late night, like 11 o'clock. So Tuesday, I'm like, cool. I get there. It's warm. And I was like, well, when we're done here at the conference, because I was at a conference, we will walk out on the street and see some things. Well, we get to the door. And as soon as we turn the revolving door to get to the outside, the sky opens. And it is pouring like crazy. The guy's like, you want an umbrella? I was like, umbrella's not going to do anything for that. So my recommendation in anywhere that you travel, and I'm going to make sure that I do this more as well, is pack some shoes that you don't mind getting wet. That is my travel tip for you. Pack shoes that you don't mind getting wet. And I'm a carry-on girl. I can't stand all that stuff unless I have some things planned. And so a lot of times what happens is, depending on what city it is, I like to try to do photo shoots and things with other people. So we'll coordinate, but then I have to bring a bigger suitcase because I have to have all my shoes. I am with all my shoes. And then different outfits. And a lot of times I can't get all that in my carry-on and all the stuff that I need to take. Now I can fit 3, maybe 4 good pair of shoes in a carry-on, 4 outfits, some pajamas, a bathing suit, that type of stuff. But if I'm there for a longer period of time and we're really doing some stuff, I got to carry a bigger suitcase, which I absolutely hate. Like, I hate baggage claim. Like, it is the worst place ever. But I do have a great pair of waterproof shoes. They like fold, they're stylish. So every time I wear them, people are like, oh my God, who are those shoes by? So I love sharing the details of the shoes. I'll make sure that I post the link below so that you guys can check out the shoes because maybe you want to try them as well. They're very light. They're easy to fold up. You can put them in the suitcase. And like I said, my travel tip for you for today is wherever you go, make sure you have some shoes that can get wet. Here's that. And then I want to share with you one thing that I'm loving. Like, I know normally I go through a list of things that I'm loving this week, but right now I want to focus on planners. You guys know I'm very big on that. I'm actually going to be sitting down working through my June and part of my July planner because I have a lot of things going on. I've been getting invited to a lot of events, which is great for me. I'm excited. I love attending events and reporting out to you guys about what happens and all of that. But I got to get organized because if I don't, I'm going to be all over the place. Not to mention you have to couple all that with my kids' sporting events and just the things the kids have going on. My daughter's social life has truly been bumped up, and now I am that cool mom. And so generally, if something's going on, they want me to take them or pick them up, which I totally don't mind. But I just need to make sure that it lines up with my schedule. So Erin Condren, if you guys are not familiar, is like the planner chick. I mean, totally, like, I don't even know why she doesn't just call herself that. She invented these planners. And what I like about them is not everybody wants to do all of that fancy stuff. Like, a lot of times you might see me do some fancy things in my planner. It's kind of something that my daughter and I do together. She likes to doodle. She's really good at drawing, and I'm encouraging her to do it more. So her drawing in the journal has been a really great thing. But so for those people who don't want to do all that, maybe they just want to write, they want to get organized, but they don't want to have to do the extra. And I appreciate that because I did no calendar for May because I didn't have time to do the extra. And May was a blur. It was crazy. I was overbooked. I was supposed to be here. I was supposed to be there. I went to Chicago, completely forgot that I hadn't booked my flight. Thought I hit send, never hit send, couldn't find a confirmation. It was just crazy. So that's what happens when I don't do that. And that is the one piece of balance I always encourage people to do. So if you're not a bullet journal girl, but you want a planner, Erin Condren can totally work for you. Okay. So the planner that I actually received while I was in Chicago is called the On the Go Planner. Okay. Erin Condren On the Go Planner. What I like about Erin Condren is not only does she have planners that are functional, you can kind of look through as you're ordering your planner and kind of state what you need, the bits, the pieces, the here, the there. Because some stuff you don't need. Like, if you're not a sports mom, you don't need sports. Like, you just don't. But I love this because it is an on-the-go planner. It's very easy to fill out. There's July, which is what this one starts. So it's very easy to fill out in the little boxes. And then it's a week at a glance. And so what I like is if you see that these boxes here, they're all for the same day. But so how I generally do mine is one will be home, work, or whatever, fun, entertainment, friends, blog, whatever. So it's a really good one. And if you're looking for a planner, this is the month that you buy them. So you buy them for July. And a lot of people start in August, but I feel like get it now, start getting your life in order, and then you know what you need to do. So this one goes from, what is this? July to, I think it's July to June. Yeah, basically July to July, which is cool. It's really big. And so here's the one thing that I really like, and this is very important. So at the beginning of each month, you can set your goals. Goals change on a regular, like that's just what it is. But it's great that you can write your goals down, and at the end of the month, you can go back and reflect on them to see what you did or what you didn't do. So if you're looking to get into the planner world, and I hope everybody is, because it is the first step at maintaining balance, check out Erin Condren. I will make certain that I post the link for you so that you can check it out. She is really cool. They're bright. They're colorful. You can kind of get something that goes with your mood. They have really nice accessories. They had one there that one of the ladies was carrying, and it is basically a carrying case for your planner. But you can personalize it and put a picture on it. You know how we like those kind of things. And so I love that you can put like a picture of your family on it, or even your business, as something to keep you motivated, as a reminder for what you need to be doing. All right, guys. So thanks for joining me. I will see you all next week. But look out for all these new posts and things that I have coming out. I'm going to come to you guys just a little bit more and do some more videos and share some things. I know someone had asked me before about the dress that I had on. I did an Insta story earlier showing that I was downtown, and they were asking me about my dress. So I am still trying out this whole rental clothing thing, because I'm still purging this closet and trying to figure out what to do with it. And yeah, it's just a mess at this point. But it's just easier for me to do the rental because I can wear it a couple times, put it in the bag, and send it back, and I don't have to worry about it. So I'm going to talk to you guys about that soon. If there's a rental company that you have discovered that you like, share it with us, because I want to talk to everyone. Everyone's been using Rent the Runway, which is great. I like Rent the Runway. And the one thing that I like about it the most is that it's close to me. So that means when I ship the clothing back and order something else, it comes quickly. But if you're somewhere else, I don't know how quickly you get that shipment. So for instance, the company that I'm using now, I want to say is in Seattle. So the shipments aren't as fast and, as we're coming in and turning around. And I'm also using Stitch Fix this week, which is interesting because I feel like it's very hard for me to have someone go to the store and shop for me, because sometimes I don't really know what I want. So I gave her a description of kind of some things that I like, and I'm expecting a box tomorrow. So once I get it, I will do a video and let you guys see, and maybe you can help me pick out some things that you think I should keep or you think that would look good on me. What do you think? But we'll do that tomorrow. Not tomorrow, maybe Monday. I have a weekend full of lacrosse, as always. But I want to thank you guys for joining me for Tea Talk Thursday. I look forward to talking to you next week. Don't forget, Tea Talk comes to you every Thursday. The time is generally at noon. If I can't get it to you at noon, I will give it to you before 9 p.m. All right, guys, have a great evening. And don't forget, sip your tea.